everybody, and welcome to another subscriber submitted video review. We're going to be watching Gangster play some Mercy for us today in a platinum level competitive match on Ilios. Before we get started, just a couple of updates. So the summer games are out, and I am now the proud owner of both of Mercy's summer games skins. They are awesome and I love them. However, I have a backlog of competitive videos that I need to get up, so you guys probably won't be seeing that skin in use for a little while unless I record some quick play. I also may not be playing a lot of competitive for the rest of this season simply because I'm tired of throwers. I played 5 games over the weekend at all different times, and I won 1 game out of all of those, and the 4 losses were due to people jumping off the map and throwing the game. So I may just take a break and start again season 6. But there'll still be plenty of content for you guys to watch. I may still be playing on my alternate account, and I'll be doing quick play and Lucioball, so there'll be lots of stuff for you guys to see coming out, and we still have a ton of video reviews to do. So anyways, also at the end of the season, I'll probably have a big announcement for you guys, so hopefully that's something to look forward to. Let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, I definitely don't mind you getting high ground to start off with, but try not to stay here. It's pretty easy for the enemy to see you. And you need to be trying to position yourself so that you're safe, but you have the ability to support the majority of your team if you can. Go ahead and back off here. The Winston's going to kill you. The rest of your team was down. It probably would have been easier to just back off or even look up in the air for your Pharah. I didn't remember that you guys had a Pharah because she picked late. Since they have a Junkrat, that Pharah is probably going to be your best friend to get you off the ground if she's any good at flying. Fly to your Pharah. Good. Oh, the Reaper's gonna kill you. Okay. So I would have tried to stay up in the air with Pharah a little bit longer, or even just kind of Guardian Angel backwards a little bit. Not using the ability, but like just pull your stick back and go backwards away from him until your Guardian Angel cools down so you can fly up to Pharah. Instead of having to land in front of him, because even if you picked up that health pack, Reaper can still one-shot you in the face. He's too strong. I saw what you were trying to do, but don't be afraid to kind of stay out over that void a little bit longer. It's harder for things to kill you, and it would have given you a chance to let that cooldown reset so you could have flown up. Locate your Pharah. Make sure you always kind of have an idea. There she is. Make sure you always kind of have an idea as to where that Pharah is, because she's a great escape for you. You always want to know where they are, and it's just difficult sometimes to keep track of Pharahs. Oh god, that they want you so bad. Let's see here. So we try to save Pharah. We don't get there in time. Back farther away from your diva here. You don't need to be this close. I would be backing up. See that pillar that's behind her? You could back up and kind of tuck around this pillar here and still be able to heal her and see what's going on. You can even play back and forth around this corner on your left here like you're kind of trying to do, but get farther away. What could you have done to get away from this Reaper? Okay, so I might have actually... Yeah, I might have done that. So you had a dead body over there, Farah's dead body. I might have actually flown part way to that body and then used that momentum to kind of swing me, and I see there's a Junkrat up there, but to kind of swing me over to that edge so I could have tried to come out or fly back to my diva just to get some distance between Reaper and me. You had a moment there where you could have Guardian Angel to someone on point. And that might have saved you, but they were chasing you pretty hard. Yeah, I was going to say, wait, your team's dead. Go ahead and damage boost him through his ult. No need to have your gun out here. Heal, damage boost. Oh. And that's just another problem of being too close to your teammates, especially since you had res. As soon as Hog pops out here, you should have been backing up way farther than that and not coming back forward. You might have been able to back up enough that when Reaper started ulting, you could have slipped over to the left. Let your diva get out of mech. There's no point in jumping into that right now. You have res. It's about to be overtime. It might have almost dropped. How does nobody see you here? Really good 3-man res. That was very nice. Oh, Hanzo was trapped. He should have been able to still turn and see the Junkrat there. If you'd have kept firing at Junkrat, he might not have been able to get that off, but your Hanzo also should have kind of noticed that he was right there. So overall on this one, just try to work on your positioning a little bit. You spent a lot of time in the same area and you didn't abuse your Guardian Angel nearly enough. You should always be moving as much as possible in and out of cover. It would just give you the opportunity to support more of your teammates that way. So let's go ahead and move on. I would have probably gone up with a Reaper just to get off the ground. You don't need to be firing here. Heal or damage boost. I probably would have gone up top with Reaper just to get on high ground for a minute. Or go up with my Farah that's above us on the left. There you go. Land up there. Stay up there for a bit. Junkrat above here? Fly up with Farah. Let's get a good look around. Nice. Your movement already this round is a little bit better. Oh, trap. You're just moving around more, which is kind of helping keep you alive a bit right here. You don't need to fire damage boost Farah. She does way more damage. but your movement has been better, and it's kept you alive a little bit longer, and it's let you support your team a little bit better. So just kind of keep that in mind. I know it's a different map, and some maps are a little bit harder to move around on than others, but your team helps you move, and your team was spread out pretty well on the last map for you to be able to move around on, so you could have probably taken advantage of that. Just something to think about. Don't need to fire. Damage boost, heal Farah. I would have actually landed on top again. Because you can stay up there, you don't have to fly around with her, you can see your team below. They don't really have anything right now to challenge you up there aside from Genji. And you can get away from him pretty quickly if you need to. Just drop quickly. As soon as you feel someone shooting you like that, drop quickly. It at least gets them off the line of attack. Okay, back out, back out. So you have res, it's almost overtime. There's a bunch of ults going off. You've got one dead already. You need to back off. Don't shoot here. Don't shoot here. Get out. Go hide. So you have res, and it's overtime. You needed to be playing very, very safe. I know you guys have more pushes. They haven't even gotten any kind of percentage on the point yet. But you need to get that, you know, this kind of muscle memory, really. Just when it's overtime and you have res, you've got to play ultra conservative. You don't necessarily have to be super hiding, but you need to not be firing into an ulting Roadhog. So I think there's a tire going off here. Your Farah's dead up there. You could have flown to that body possibly and just hit up there. I don't know where McCree is though, and I think he was going to ult. If anything, just back into this room here or back down into the room that's directly behind you. Do not go on to point when you hear Roadhog's ult going off. Because that got you weak and out of position. And had you still been alive there, you could have rezzed this. And you guys probably would not have lost the point. So just kind of keep that in mind. You're the only person on your team that can bring the team fight back by just restarting it. Fly up to fair and get above point. We're just finding all the Junkrat traps today, aren't we? Oh! Don't fire. Again. Last fight. I mean, I know there's not that many people on point, but you can damage boost and heal and stay off the point and do more use to your team right there. So something I like to do on this map, and you just flew in the window, is I like to hang out of that window. I'll fly up to someone in there and then back myself up and fly partially in and back up. And it keeps me from actually having to land on the point where all the damage is going on. And it allows me to support my team, but it also allows me to make a quick escape if something goes off on the point, some kind of ult or something. So that's something you might want to start trying to do. Because I definitely don't want to be on this point when there's a Junkrat alive. Heal or damage boost the guy that's in the in the trap right there. You had enough teammates around, you didn't need to try to shoot them. But that was a good kill on Baby Diva. Okay, your movement was a bit better. I'm seeing that you kind of seem reluctant to use your res. You could have solo resed a few times. Res charges relatively quickly, so there's no reason to really hold on to it for the entire match. Let's see how you do for this round. Okay, start backing up from your team a little bit here. You don't need to go in right behind. There you go. Fly up to your Pharah. Get up on that ledge on the right there. That's not a bad spot to be when they have bombs on the ground. Because they've had this Junkrat the whole time. Heal your D.Va. Oh, Reaper behind you. Fly out. Good. Sadly, your teammate fell down the hole. Good movement. Good movement. Oh, good job on your Lucio there. Fly to your D.Va. Fly to your D.Va and heal your D.Va. Okay, good job on your Lucio. Good Pharah. So fly to your D.Va here and heal that D.Va. You can fly over this open pit. It will not just suck you in. You could have flown over to D.Va and just kind of tucked around to the left-hand side of that wall and probably been fairly safe. Fly up to your Hanzo that's up there on the right, too. It's great to kind of get off the ground a bit. It gives you a lot more mobility. You could go up with Pharah there and heal the D.Va from the air. Just some little thoughts and things. Damage boost. Fly to your Lucio! So you can damage boost that Zarya over there. When there's a D.Va chase... Oh, Roadhog. Don't worry about shooting Roadhog. You've got people asking for heals. There's no need to be chasing things to try to kill. Mercy does do a surprising amount of damage with her pistol, but she is not DPS. Don't worry about chasing things like Roadhogs or Reapers to try to kill them, and there's no other choice. There was lots of other things you could have done there. There was no need to be chasing them. Drop. Oh, it's a good thing he didn't actually look up in the air. So you've got 2 dead. Why don't you res those 2? So I probably would have rezzed. You've got your soldier, their soldier killed your Hanzo, and then the D.Va killed your Zarya. So I'd have healed Pharah and turned back around and res both of those people. They look like they're in range if you kind of just drop and tuck into that room. Reaper probably would have still ulted. You may or may not have been in it. But at least your team would have had a chance to kind of contest the point a little bit longer. And it definitely wouldn't have hurt you to use that. Oh, that sucks. You've got 2 down. Go ahead and res those 2. Go over there and res them. You've got plenty of time to build up another ult before it's like absolutely critical that you have it. Your Lucio is trying to 1v1 a Reaper. Don't go chase the Reaper. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to res your D.Va right there. Damage boost your Pharah. Heal and damage boost your Pharah. Okay, you've got 3 criticals. You've got your Pharah, your D.Va, and your Hanzo. Good. I'm glad that you res that. Damage boost your Reinhardt into the D.Va. Probably would have done a little bit more damage. Okay, so you're still kind of hanging on to your res, and we'll talk about this a little bit more at the end of the game. But you need to just not be afraid to use your res so much. Don't be afraid to solo res certain things. I haven't been counting, but I think you've been maybe using res once around. And that's not getting as much value out of Mercy as you could be getting out of her. Res is one of the fastest building alts in the game. Use it. Don't be afraid to use it. Don't be afraid to drop below that edge of the map there and fly back up when something's hitting you like that if you've got your Pharah close by or people close to the edge for you to fly to. Try to get out of this room. If that Junkrat pushes at all, you're dead. Luckily, Pharah killed him, though. Go heal the D.Va. I think somebody caught your Guardian Angel there and canceled it. I hate when that happens. When your teammates moves in front of you and you're trying to... Oh, don't come back out of here yet. Stay in there and heal your D.Va. Or hide behind your D.Va. You don't need to come out in front of her like that. Especially how weak you were. Okay, you've got 2 down, you have res. Oh, somebody got booped off the map. Okay, never mind. Okay, you guys have a kill, I would res. That would give you, if I remember correctly, it would make your even right then. Your numbers even. You could have definitely solo res that. Genji is on you, fly back to Pharah. Good. Nice. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, soldiers on your right. Drop faster. Okay, you got back up, which is good. I would have tried to drop faster and duck back behind. I'm not sure if you could have lived that. You might have been able to if somebody came into view quickly enough for you to kind of get around to. You could probably reach your Pharah around the right-hand side there, but you also should heal your Reaper on your left there. Fly above point here. Your team's about to take a fight. You could be above point right here, ready to res if you need to. There's ults going off. Definitely duck away. Because beat is not going to save you. So stay back here. Move back around. There's the Genji. Okay, so there's ults going off everywhere. You had like a split second to just duck right back around that corner. He probably would have followed you, or tried to. I think your D.Va might have come out and gotten in front of him first. So just get a little bit better. I don't know how well you can hear these voice lines when they're going off, because they kind of tell you where the ulting is coming from. That might have saved you. Fly in. I would have dropped down a little bit quicker, or even jumped off the map, off the back of the map and flown in. It's hard to dodge Genjis when they really want you. Okay, this is overtime. Just back up a little bit. Don't shoot. I mean, don't fly onto the point with your res yet. Just wait. Looks like you're fairly safe, but play a little safer next time. Especially since that could have very easily been last fight for the enemy team. I would go up with Pharah and get on top of the point. Right now. Be really careful playing this corner. Somebody coming up behind you. It's Zarya. Run back out this door. Good. Be careful running back on the point. With tire going off, you're so lucky the Junkrat didn't kill you. Ow, he still did at the very end. So your team had this. So that's good. Okay. So overall, I think you really need to work on your positioning and your reses. Don't be afraid to use your resurrection. There were several solo ults that would have been really good choices, and it would have been better for you to solo res than die with res again, because then you're down 2 instead of just down 1. There were a couple of times you had 1 down and your team would get a pick, you resing would give you an advantage. So try to keep those things in mind. You should be using res several times throughout a round, not just once each round. The other biggest thing is positioning towards the end of a round when it's in overtime. I hate hiding for res, but I definitely advocate playing extremely safe in overtime when you have res. There was at least one incident where if you had been alive, you could have res and probably saved the point. So think about where you need to be in order to facilitate your res at the end of something like that. There were a lot of times you could have gone up with Pharah and gotten on top of the point. That's a great place to res. It also means you can get down quickly. You kind of just kept to the same areas and stayed there. So the enemy always kind of knew where to come look for you. You also played too aggressively once you had res. Shooting into an ulting Roadhog isn't something that you need to be doing when you have res. Unless he's solo ulting you and that's the only chance you have. So just kind of keep that in mind. You did get your heals around pretty well. I feel like, I don't know what sensitivity you're playing on, but maybe if you raise your sensitivity, you might be able to get around the map a little bit better. I think that you should probably go into like the training range or even just go into quick play and just practice Guardian Angeling around quickly. Moving around your teammates, using cover as you do, and just kind of get used to that movement and positioning. It will really help you as you climb through the ranks. It will help keep you alive longer. A lot of times that you died could have been easily corrected by just moving again or slipping behind some cover. Try not to play so up close with your team. Try to hang back a little bit and use the full length of the healing and damage boosting beam that you can. Abuse having a Pharah on your team. Use that to get up in the air and look down over the map and heal while you're in the air, unless you're being shot at a whole bunch. It'll get you off the ground, it keeps you a little bit safer, and it gives you great mobility. I love having a Pharah to just kind of anchor off of and fly up and down to, just to move around. Even if I'm not healing her, I use her to get off the ground. So yeah, hopefully that will help you. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you guys later.